Science is committed to saving species worldwide by uniting our expertise in animal care and conservation science with our dedication to inspiring a passion for nature. We integrate wildlife health care, science, and education to develop sustainable conservation solutions. Our conservation work is currently focused in 8 conservation hubs all around the world in regions where we can make the greatest impact. Now those hubs are the Pacific Islands, Southwest, Amazonia, Oceans, African Forest, Savannah, Asia, and the Australian forest. Now we believe conservation starts with a connection between people and wildlife every day, and right now we want to do just that. So what do you say? You ready to meet some wildlife?
Yes.
So we are going to kick things off in our Amazonia Conservation Hub, where San Diego Zoo Wildlife Alliance and our allies are working to conserve wildlife like the jaguar, Andean bear, New World monkey, and plant life like the orchid, along with the habitats they all share. But there are many birds from the Amazon that could use our help, one of which is the macaw. Now, macaws are very social birds living in pairs and flocks down in Central and South America, and unfortunately, nearly every species is endangered. But luckily for you all, we have our own little flock here at Wegeforth Bowl that would love to meet you. So please welcome out our flock of macaws. All right, and we'll see who is coming out first. And we don't have music today, if you might have noticed. Here we go, everyone. Making their way
so
on
loud.
across. We have our blue and gold macaws. That is Sierra and Azul. They are a bonded pair, meaning they will stay together for the rest of their lives. Now, macaws are able to communicate with those loud screams and squawks, and they can travel up to 15 miles in a day in search of their favorite foods.
They'll be coming up.
Now, heads up, it sounds like our scarlets are coming in. Nicely done. This is Cielo and Sol. They are also a bonded pair. Now, the Amazon forest, where they are from, is the largest rainforest in the world, but it is changing rapidly each and every day. So oftentimes we get asked, how can we help out beautiful birds like the macaw? And one easy way is just by being a savvy consumer. So we can make educated decisions on what products we buy and in turn help wildlife. I will give you an easy example. Does anybody like coffee?
Yeah.
I know I do. Does anybody heard of shade-grown coffee? It's a specific type of coffee. A couple people. Well, it's very simple. These are coffee crops that are grown in the shade of the rainforest canopy, therefore maintaining those trees and habitats for a great number of wildlife. So the next time you're at the store, you can look for the shade-grown coffee and know that you are helping out wildlife. And with that, it looks like our beautiful macaws are probably going to fly on home. Let's give it up for Cielo and Sol. And Sierra and Azul did a great job out here.
No Diego today?
All right, so our next wildlife ambassador is going to represent our One Health approach to saving species all around the world.
Elvis.
Now, the health of people, wildlife, and the environment are all interconnected, and our planet can only thrive when all life is thriving. That is the core of our mission and the thread that runs through all of our conservation efforts. And nobody fits this category better than the canine. Now, canines have a long history with humans, and today they continue to have an important place in our lives as they become service animals, maybe help out in the military or law enforcement, and they are even giving us a hand right here in conservation. Now, they are utilized for a superpower, which of course is our sense of smell.
Elvis.
So please welcome out our amazing sniffer dog, Elvis. He is going to locate a scented item out here. I actually do not know where the scented item is. Do you all know where it is today? Okay, when he gets closer, I want you to cheer him on. He loves a crowd. Are we warm?
He's like,
Almost there. Maybe?
He's like, I smell it over there. Which side, Elvis?
So he is looking for a lemon scent. That is what he is trained to find. I love it. He does this almost every single day. There he is. Good job, Elvis.
We got to help hide it.
We have yet to beat him. Now,
Elvis.
Elvis is a big deal steal around
Look
here.
how fast he
If you do
vacuums.
not know Elvis, he is 9 years old. He is a half lab, half golden retriever. And before he came to live with us here at Wegeforth Bowl, he was training to be a guide dog with Guide Dogs of America. Now, we don't like to say he failed that program, but he did not pass that program. It's a very challenging program, and this boy is just way too food motivated. So if anybody has a lab or golden at home, you might know what I'm talking about. Now, you may have noticed what he found. That is a stuffed koala. It represents some of our conservation work we have done in the past over in Australia. If anybody remembers those big mega fires of 2019 and 2020, well, we were able to utilize a koala sniffing dog named Smudge to help rescue any injured koalas. Now, right here in our Southwest Conservation Hub, we have utilized a team of canines called the Frog Dog Team to help scientists locate the endangered mountain yellow-legged frog. Now, I forgot to mention that not only is Elvis an amazing sniffer dog, but he is a companion to our South African cheetah named Alunga. Now, Alunga is also 9 years old, and they have been paired together since they were only a few months of age. And they are pretty much together 24/7 except during feeding time, because remember, Elvis would steal all her food, not the other way around. So she is getting a nice big treat in the back while Elvis is out here doing his thing. And with that, it looks like our amazing dog, Elvis, is going to head on out. We can give it up for him. He did a great job out here.
Yay.
Nicely done, buddy. All right, everyone. For our next couple ambassadors, I'm actually going to hand things over to another care specialist. Please welcome out Raina.
Oh, I thought it was going to be Ellie.
Tony, one more time, everybody. All right, don't you worry, we've got plenty of friends to meet still, and we are going to be staying in that One Health approach to saving species worldwide for the rest of the presentation as well. We are next going to be meeting two different apex predators. First, we're going to be meeting an apex predator of the sky. She's covered head to toe in feathers. It's said that her talons could pierce a car tire or even a
Chatty
human
girl.
skull. Please welcome out the wisest lady I know. This is Einstein, our Eurasian eagle owl. And, of course, Ellie.
That's why it wasn't
She might be
Ellie.
a little bit chatty. She is, of course, 26 years old, so she's got a lot of stuff to say, a lot of wisdom to partake to all of us. But I will break down that name for us a little bit. So Eurasian eagle owl. Eurasian tells us where these beautiful raptors can be found, all throughout parts of Europe and Asia as well. And then eagle owl does not signify that she is an eagle owl hybrid, but lets us know that this is one of the largest species of owl
Einstein.
in the world. And as Ellie does bring her around, I'd love to hear some guesses about how much you think Einstein weighs. Let's shut him out. What do we think? 3 pounds, 30 pounds, 150 pounds,
Chatty girl.
2,000 pounds. Well, I mean, Ellie's super strong, but Einstein weighs a whopping 5 pounds. What do birds have to be able to do? They have to be able to fly long distances in order to find their food. So they have evolved over a long period of time to be as light as possible. So like I said, she's covered head to toe in feathers. Those are specialized for camouflage within her environment. And then also her bones are sponge-like on the inside of them, and that makes them nice and light as well. So this allows them to fly through the air. The biggest thing that they have in their body, of course, is going to be their eyes. That might be the first thing that we noticed when we saw Einstein today. They're going to be those stunning eyes that she has. And those eyes are extremely powerful. It's said that an owl could read. It could read a newspaper from the other side of a football field day or night. So they are pretty amazing at that. And because of that, their eyes need to be very large. So owl eyeballs are kind of shaped like an old school light bulb. So what we're seeing right now is the smallest part of Einstein's eye. That's a screwy part at the end. Those two bulbs are going to be back within her skull, which means they are fixed in place. So owls cannot turn their eyes left and right like humans can. They have to turn their entire neck. And they have some extra vertebrae that allows them to move their head almost all the way around, not quite 360 degrees, about 270. If they turn their head 360 degrees, their head would fall off. And we like to keep them around, so we're not gonna have them spin all the way around.
Raina.
But this is how they are able to have such powerful eyes. But of course, having such large eyeballs within their skull doesn't leave much room for critical thinking. So this does kind of nix the wise old owl stereotype, but they are amazing at what they need to be good at, which is of course being an apex predator. They're of course Their choice of pest to eat is going to be a rodent, ranging anywhere from the smallest of mouse up to maybe even a rabbit. They can carry things that are actually much larger than, or way more than them, which is pretty amazing. They have those very powerful talons. That's going to be the business end of a raptor. Those beautiful talons down there, which have very strong muscles within them called a ratcheting tendon, and that's what allows them to be so powerful and so strong. And that is what they're going to be using to catch their prey. So without our amazing raptors and reptiles within our planet, we would actually be up to our waist in rodents in no time. So we want to make sure that we are taking good care of them and being aware of how we are managing our pest control within our homes and in our backyards as well, because there are some pesticides that can work their way up the food chain and harm beautiful raptors like Einstein. Of course, we don't have Eurasian eagle owls here in San Diego, but we do have great horned owls, we have barn owls, we have amazing raptors such as red-tailed hawks, red-shouldered hawks. We want to make sure that we are taking good care of them. But not only does she have amazing eyesight, she also has amazing hearing. Something else that we might have noticed about her are going to be those little tufts on the top of her head. Those are called ear tufts, but that's not at all where her ears are located. They're actually located asymmetrically on either side of her skull, and they're just little holes in the skull. There's no earlobes or anything
She's like,
that.
leave me alone.
But because of their positioning, they allow her to triangulate sound. So this means that they can hear exactly where a sound is coming from and be able to tell exactly what that is. So it said that they could hear a mouse's heartbeat under about a foot of snow, which is pretty impressive. So that's 2 superpowers I talked about. They also have 1 more. So 3 superpowers is pretty spectacular. The third one has to do with those feathers. I'm sure we're all geniuses here. We've seen tons of feathers in our day. Most of the time, feathers have filaments that are all Velcro together, kind of like this. And if you move your hands really quickly, you can hear a little bit of air resistance right next to your ear. In the case of owls, they actually have split ends at the end of their feathers. And if you move your hand really quickly again, you'll hear nothing. So that is how they move silently through the sky and sneak up on their prey. So if you want to encourage some more owls to come into your backyard and around your homes, you can implement what's called owl boxes, because owls are nest borrowers, not nest builders. So that will give them somewhere to roost. And then also, like I said, being aware of how we manage our pests in our life. So we want to make sure that we can keep these beautiful birds around for a long time. So let's give it up one more time for Einstein. She's nice and chatty today. All right. So for our next friend, we are going to be meeting another species of canine. We are going to be meeting the largest species of canine in the world. It said that they can reach up to about 175 pounds. As he is coming out here, I'd love for everyone to take their seats to make sure that he is comfortable out here, because this is our guest of honor.
Such a sweet boy.
His name is Shadow, and he is a North American gray wolf. Shadow here is almost 12 years old, so he is an older gentleman, and he is the uncle to the 2 pups that we have here at Wegeforth Bowl. We do have a true family wolf pack here. We got Shadow, and then his niece and nephew, Shasta and Wegeforth. And of course, these wolves do communicate in a variety of ways. Shadow is doing a great job of pointing out for us today. So he did mark his territory on that little rock in the corner, and then he scooted his feet, which actually allows him to kind of dig into the ground and put his scent down in deeper, so that he can have other wolves sniff that, and he can tell them exactly who he is, how old he is, and how he's feeling today. So
he's sending up P-mail.
He's feeling. It seems like he's feeling pretty good. So I appreciate all of your animal manners. You're doing a great job. He's pretty stoked to be out here. We do have this presentation area with a lot of different wildlife comes out and leaves a lot of things for Shadow to smell. So he's very excited by that. But I'll tell you a little bit about the North American gray wolf. Like I said, this is the largest species of canine in the entire world. It also used to be one of the most widely distributed species of canine in the world. They range all the way up into Alaska, even down close into Mexico as well. This is also the ancestor to all of the domestic canines that we have in our homes today. They are pretty spectacular, very intelligent, and very social. They do live in packs. They can be anywhere from 2 to 15 wolves, even going up to upwards of 30 wolves if they do combine packs at certain times in the year when resources are scarce. They are known as the marathon runners of the wild, running up to 2 marathons in one day, and they can actually reach speeds of up to 40 miles per hour. You can see Shadow's paws are pretty dang big. And that is because they actually are kind of webbed on the inside that allows them to traverse over different types of terrain, so that can allow them to live in a variety of different habitats. So They are pretty spectacular. You can tell that he is really fluffy right now, and this is because he has his winter wolf coat on. In the summer, all of that extra fluff is going to fall right off, and then he's going to be nice and streamlined, so they can live in a variety of different temperatures as well. They have amazing senses of eyesight, hearing, and of course, being able to smell up to 100,000 times better than us, so pretty spectacular with that. And they communicate utilizing all of these senses. So we saw him mark his territory right there, right on cue. And then also they use sounds. What do they do, everybody? Yeah, they do that. They do howl for communication. They also use barking, growling, a variety of different sounds as well as utilizing their body language and of course their pupils as well, so telling each other how they're feeling. And then they also do something called scent rolling. Does anyone ever have, take your dog on a walk and then it rolls in something stinky and then it brings it all the way back into your house? Yeah, well, you can thank the ancestors for that because that's exactly what wolves do. It's called scent rolling, and it actually has a very important meaning behind it. So if they find something that they want, that they find interesting, that they want to show off to their friends, they're gonna roll in it and bring that scent back. It also allows them to put on a mask, on a disguise, so that they can actually kind of sneak up on their prey, because their prey animals actually have really great senses of smell as well. So masking that wolfy scent will allow them to sneak up just that much better, which is pretty amazing. Shadow, of course, being an older gentleman, kind of just gets to do whatever he wants. So it seems like he just might want to hang out and sniff for a little bit longer. But let's give him a round of applause. I think he did a great job out here. And he's very cute. All right, everyone. So the San Diego Zoo Wildlife Alliance is creating a world where all life thrives, and never has this been more important. As first responders in the field, we are there applying a century's worth of first-hand knowledge to global conservation challenges. We collaborate, innovate, and hope to inspire people and wildlife to thrive together for a healthy planet. Of course, conservation is at the heart of everything that we do, but we cannot do it alone. We need dedicated allies like all of you. You can join the San Diego Zoo Wildlife Alliance by, of course, becoming a member, helping to support some of our amazing wildlife worldwide, or even by volunteering your time and knowledge on behalf of all of our wildlife, including Shadow. We would love to have you. But please, I hope you enjoyed the presentation today. I hope you learned something that inspires you to take action, because of course we cannot protect what we don't understand. So hopefully we understand the roles of amazing species around the world a little bit more after the presentation today. And I hope you have a great rest of your day here at the world famous San Diego Zoo. Bye, everybody.
Thank you.